Did you know that if you want to get stronger, move better, and feel 20 years younger, there are only 5 essential isometric exercises you really need? In this video, I'm going to show you exactly what these exercises are and why everyone over 50 needs to start doing them today. At the end, I'll reveal 3 biggest exercise mistakes I see my patients make and how you can avoid them. But first, what exactly are isometric exercises? They're exercises where you hold position without moving, like when someone is holding a plank or sitting against a wall. Your muscles are working hard, but you're staying still. And here's why they're perfect for anyone over 50. They're safer and easier than traditional exercises because there's no joint strain, no equipment, yet they build incredible strength if progressed correctly. Plus, research shows they actually reduce pain for hours after exercise, lower blood pressure, and work even if you have arthritis. That's exactly why I prescribe these to my patients recovering from surgeries and injuries. With that, let's dive into the only 5 isometric exercises you really need after 50 to strengthen your entire body. Exercise number 1 comes from a 2023 study which found that simple home exercises can drastically improve both strength and function in older adults with just 2 sessions per week for 12 weeks. Now, can you guess the foundational exercise in that program? It was none other than the wall sit, sometimes called the invisible chair. This targets the biggest muscles of your lower body, the quadriceps, the glutes, and the core. And here's how you can do it at home safely. Start by leaning against a wall and take 2 steps forward. From there, lower yourself as you were sitting, bending your knees to about 90 degrees and holding that position. Ensure your lower back and shoulders are well supported and core is engaged. Avoid arching your back. For beginners, holding for 20 seconds in 3 sets is already a great challenge. To make things even easier, and this is what I would recommend if you've had a recent surgery or arthritis, start by using extra support from a chair or the wall close by. You can also start with partial wall squats. As you build strength, you can start to increase the hold time. But if you want a greater challenge aside from increasing the hold, you can use a 15 to 20 pound weight in your hands. Or you can do the isometric sumo squat without the wall. Regardless of which option you choose, start with 3 sets of 15 to 20 second holds 3 times per week. Now, key tip here is to find a variation of this exercise which doesn't create intense joint pain, but should also cause your thighs to shake or tremble after 10-15 seconds. This is a sign that your muscles are working hard, and this is what will lead to increased stability of your legs, making it easy to do things like climbing stairs, squatting, or picking up something from the floor. Before we go to exercise number 2, leave your name, city, and MBS in the comments so we know you're part of the Mind Body Strong community. I'd love to hear from you. Okay, moving on to exercise number 2, which is equivalent to the wall sit before the upper body. This exercise strengthens the biggest muscles of our chest, shoulders, and arms while also working out your core. This is essential if you want to improve your ability to lift, carry, and reach without pain. It's called the isometric modified push-up. Here's how to do it. Start by facing a countertop. Place your hands slightly wider than shoulder width apart. Keep your body in a straight line from your head to your toes. From there, bend your elbows and lower yourself toward the counter until your chest is just a few inches above it. Now, instead of pushing back up, hold this position. Engage your core and chest muscles, keeping your body straight and breathing subtly while holding. Aim to hold for about 10 to 20 seconds. Rest, then repeat for 2 more sets. You can gradually work toward longer holds as your strength improves, but if you have shoulder problems or reduce upper body strength, you can try the same movement against a wall. Start with 10 to 15 second holds and make it harder by stepping your feet further back until you're ready to use a countertop. Now, if you have extra strength and mobility, you can try the full push-up hold with your feet on the ground or knees on the ground depending on your capacity. The key is to lower down so your chest just hovers above the floor while holding. Your body should stay in a straight line from head to heels or head to knees, ensuring your core is tight and breathing is steady, which brings me to the biggest mistake I see with my patients. Holding your breath during exercise. This happens naturally when we focus hard, but it's like trying to drive with a parking brake on. You're fighting against yourself. Steady breathing delivers oxygen to your working muscles and keeps you strong throughout each hold. So remember, breathe deeply and consistently during every exercise. Let go of that brake. Okay, now that we've strengthened our upper body and lower body, for exercise number 3, we're going to target your deep core muscles. As a physical therapist, I can tell you these are absolutely essential for good posture and stability in everything from getting out of chairs or lifting groceries. Now, traditionally, I would suggest doing this exercise on a mat or a hard surface. However, if getting on and off of bed is challenging, you can always do it on your bed to build that initial strength. Here's how to perform a simple exercise many people enjoy, and it's not the crunch. Lie on your back, arms reaching up to the ceiling, knees bent 90 degrees. Lift knees one at a time until shins are parallel to the floor. Keep your lower back flat and core engaged. You should feel your lower abdominals working. If they are not, bring your knees slightly closer towards your chest by contracting your core, not your legs or hips. Hold for 10 to 30 seconds. Repeat for 3 to 5 sets 3 times a week. This is called the dead bug and is a simple yet powerful isometric core exercise. If you're a beginner, you can start with one limb at a time, but for increased challenge, try kicking one leg and one arm out and then holding. Repeat that on both sides for a total of 3 to 5 sets. This is one of my go-to exercises for patients with back issues or those recovering from spine surgery, which brings me to another common mistake many of my patients make: pushing too hard too often without giving their body to recover. I had a 60-year-old patient, Harish, who loved these strength exercises like the dead bug because they eased his back pain. But after doing these exercises for a week straight, his pain flared up worse than before. Why? Because he was doing them every single day, thinking more was better. And this happens to many of my overly motivated patients. Here's what most people don't realize. Strength isn't built while you're exercising. It's built while you recover. Think of exercise like the blueprint. The workout lays out the plan, but it's during rest that your body becomes a construction crew, repairing, rebuilding, and laying down new muscle. And the breaks for that construction is adequate protein. Without enough of it, your body can't complete the job, no matter how detailed the blueprint is. So the lesson here is training breaks your muscles down. Rest and protein build them back stronger. Skip either, and the building stays unfinished. With that, let's jump into exercise number 4, a key exercise that helped Hares build incredible strength in his glutes, lower back, and hamstrings. In my experience, this is the single best indicator of mobility and strength even into your 80s and 90s. If you can hold this position well, you've got the power for everyday essentials like standing up, walking, and climbing stairs. That's why I make it a staple in every patient's routine, and it is the glute bridge. And I'll be showing you an isometric version of it. Here's how to do it. Start by lying on your back with knees bent, feet flat on the floor, about hip width apart. Again, you can do this on your bed if getting on and off the floor is a challenge. From there, lift your hips up by squeezing your glutes, creating a straight line from knees to shoulders as best you can, and hold that position. Ensure your core is engaged and avoid arching your back. The power should come from your glutes. For beginners, hold for 15 to 20 seconds for 3 sets, which is a great starting point. To make it easier, you can start with mini bridges, lifting just halfway up. You can also place a pillow under your hips for support initially. As you build strength, gradually increase your hold time. For a greater challenge, you can try a single leg bridge or place a light weight on your hips. Again, the key is finding the variation that makes your glutes and core work hard. You should feel them engage and possibly shake after 10 to 15 seconds. And this brings me to mistake number 3, the biggest one I see people over 50s making, relying only on walking and stretching while avoiding strength training. Now, don't get me wrong, walking and stretching are great for keeping you moving and flexible, but they can't reverse sarcopenia, the muscle loss that comes with age. Walking helps you live longer, but strength training is what helps you live stronger and stay independent. Think of it this way: walking is like watering your garden. It keeps things alive. But strength training is like adding rich soil, fertilizer, and sunlight. It's what allows the plants to truly thrive and grow stronger. And now it's time for our final exercise, the one that ties everything together, strengthening your back and core while boosting your balance and coordination all at once. It's called the bird dog. I personally use this exercise every night to maintain my posture and my back strength. But it's also helped many of my patients build resilient spines and move with confidence in their daily activities. Here's how to do a modified version. I'll then show you how to progress. Stand about 2 feet away from a sturdy chair with the seat facing you. Now, place both hands near the middle of the chair seat. From there, lift your right leg up and then your left arm up while keeping your core and back engaged. Hold this position and remember to breathe naturally. Your supporting hand should be right under your shoulder while your standing leg carries most of the weight. Keep your lifted leg straight, but don't force it too high. Try not to arch the lower back or your neck. For beginners, start with 10 to 15 second holds, then switch sides. Total of 3 to 5 sets on each side 3 to 5 times per week. You'll know you're doing it right when your standing leg, glutes, and core all are working together. This coordination translates directly into better stability when walking on uneven surfaces or reaching for items while standing. To make this exercise easier, you can lift one limb at a time. For a greater challenge, you can do the full bird dog on the floor and gradually increase the whole time. Now, isometric exercises are fantastic for building a strong foundation, but if you want to go further and actually rebuild muscle mass across every major muscle group, click on this video here where I take you through the only 10 exercises you really need in your 50s, 60s, 70s, and beyond. I'll see you there.